Welcome to the Life on Tap podcast, where we hope you rediscover your potential so that you feel confident, clear, and independent. Have you inadvertently put yourself last all these years by putting others first, only to wake up in your midlife and find yourself lost in the shuffle? Girl, I have so been there. Let me share with you the lessons I've learned to create a new direction to rediscover yourself. Together, let's go on a journey of mastering your potential, tapping into the power that already exists inside of you. We'll talk confidence, self-care, organization, health and well-being, money mindsets, financial hacks, and how to kick your limiting beliefs to the curb for good. We will find and establish your vision, get crystal clear on it. This is your blueprint, your life untapped. I'm your host, Francine Rivera, lifestyle consultant and certified health coach. I'm also the founder of the Life Untapped coaching system, where you can earn as you learn with our affiliate program. Check it out at thelifeuntapped.com and grab our free mini course, The Guilt-Free Balanced Life, while you are there. Are you ready for your blueprint? Let's dig in. Hey friend, today we are talking about why do we care what other people think? I know we've been talking a lot about fear of failure, and I think a large part of that is because we're just worried what other people are going to think or say about us, all that stuff. So I guarantee we all care at least a tiny bit of what others think, no matter what you hear people say. Like I've heard people say, I don't care what anybody thinks. I think to some degree, if they really thought about it, they do a little bit sometimes. Like you're never going to be 100% bulletproof. I think things might still get to you, although it's going to get better over time as you practice more and more these lessons that hopefully I'm going to help you with today. So what point does it become paralyzing and stand in our own way of personal greatness? We all want to be understood, and I get that. We all just want to fit in. We don't want to be judged or thought harshly of if we make a mistake. We're afraid we won't be lovable or even worthy if we get something wrong, or just step out and be boldly ourselves. We don't want to hurt other people's feelings, so we keep things inside. We worry others won't think we're good enough and will be rejected. So if you care that much about what other people think, that's when it becomes problematic. That's when it becomes paralyzing, standing in your way of your potential, your greatness, your destiny. So even down to what we wear or how we look. I mean, let's face it, if we were the only ones on the planet, would we care how much we weighed or how long and shiny our hair was or how our skin looked and glowed? Probably not. It would, right? It would just be us. There'd be nobody else to worry about. So even with worrying about our external features, it comes down to us thinking about what others think of us, what they compare us to. Now, we all want to fit in and feel accepted. It's a primal need, really. Like I said, the problem lies when you place too much value on what others think. People who struggle the most are ones that usually in their childhood had things happen or said to them from either well-meaning parents or even just a child they were compared to, whether it be other siblings or maybe in a schoolroom setting where a teacher compared them to another child and then they just felt they didn't measure up and they shrunk back a little bit. Maybe you were just pushed to do just a little bit better, and in turn that gave you the belief that you weren't good enough. And this is where it can go deep. If you want to really pull back all the layers and get to the root of your adult feelings, which I always encourage, and we're not going to go so deep here during this podcast, but I just wanted to throw that out there for you to think about it. Like all your adult feelings, insecurities, limiting beliefs, all tie back to things that have happened in our past, very past in our childhood. So this stuff can really affect you going forward in life. Those are huge self-limiting beliefs, leaving you frozen in fear. Now, like I said, I recently did a show on fear of failure. Well, a lot of that does come from thinking and caring about what others think and say about you, fear of judgment. Now, I know that you're going to live in a fictitious prison that you created, that you built in your own head if you don't fix this. How are you going to reach your fullest potential if you don't work through this? Also, I know we can be worried what others think about us, if we also think about the same things ourselves. I'll give you an example because I know that probably didn't make sense yet. If we worry others are going to think we're lazy, maybe it's because we subconsciously think maybe we are ourselves. Or if they think we're racist, maybe we think we could be. See how that works? I told you, you can go really deep here. I'm going to tell you that if you value the way you are, just because you are a child of the Most High, our God, our Creator, and you know what He says about you and what your truth is, well, then you won't care so much about what others think and hopefully not compare yourself to others. So this is why it's one of the first things I do with new clients is establish and solidify their identity. It is a firm foundation on which all else is built. Caring about what others think to a small degree is actually a good thing, but it will rob you of your greatness and potential and your destiny when you care and worry too much, my friend. That fear will rob you from keeping you from what you were meant to be and meant to do, from writing that book or starting your own side business or wearing that bold, beautiful outfit you have in your closet, wearing that red lipstick, even from hiring a coach to improve yourself, or as simple as maybe making a post on social media because you're afraid of the backlash. Do you know how many people don't start a personal development journey or start, but they quit right away because of a negative comment from somebody? Let's talk about what we can do now to care less. So I gave you all the scenarios, but you're like, okay, where's the hope in all this? So I believe there's a hierarchy involved. So there are a bunch of questions to ask yourself. Does this person's opinion matter? Who is this person? Family, friend, stranger on the internet, right? That all makes a difference. How invested is this person in my success? How true is what we believe they are saying or their feedback about me? What is their motivation in saying something about me? You see how all these questions, when you ask yourself these questions, how it could be like, oh, well, this person is not invested in me at all, does not care about my success. It's somebody I just met in, I don't know, some Facebook group, blah, blah, blah. So a family member can be saying something out of love to you to not see you get hurt, whereas a stranger on the internet is just bored and wants to get a rise out of you, right? We've all seen, oh my gosh, we've all seen these crazy Facebook, Instagram, crazy comments from people who are just like keyboard warriors. So I'm going to care more about what my family member says versus that random acquaintance or perfect stranger. What is their intent? Is the intent to make you feel and do better? To lift you up? Or is it to make them feel better about themselves by putting you down? Believe it or not, there's tons of people out there that are so insecure and they can only feel better about themselves when they put you down. What role does this person play in your life? Does this person know more than me? Is it somebody who's maybe an expert in the field that we're talking about? Is it meant to hurt or help me? Like I said, is it meant to lift you up or put you down? Realize that hurt people hurt others. They are in pain, so they lash out to others. So another question or another thought to ponder, how healthy is that person who is making the statement? Sometimes this can also be done from a close family member. You may have to come to the conclusion that you will never measure up to them and basically ignore their opinions going forward. I'm not saying be mean to them. I'm not saying cut them out of your life. I'm just saying ignore their opinions. Like, that's one person whose comments you don't place much value on. So feedback is the most important thing in the world, but knowing where it comes from and the intent behind it is the key to realizing whether you should care about it or not. Now, I'm here all day long for the constructive criticisms. Like, just give it to me. If you know more than me and you can help me with a shortcut per se, just give me that constructive criticism all day long. I'm here for it. But if that person isn't invested in my success and does nothing but criticize me all the time to put me down, just to put me down, then nope, bye-bye. Anything you do in life is probably going to suck in the beginning. Let's be real. But it's only with practice and doing things repeatedly over and over again that we get better. So if you're already shot down, by your first try or second try or even your third try, because everybody is like making these comments that you kind of shrink back and play smaller. That, my friend, is getting in your way of your destiny. So, like I said, it's only with practice, doing things over and over again, that we get better at whatever we want to do. Now, I bet that you will quit or be frozen if you care too much about what others think. But hopefully now that you're armed with this knowledge in this episode, you'll learn how to navigate what others say or think about you, and you will no longer care as much, depending again on who it comes from and what their intent and motivation is. Some of it just has to roll off your shoulders. You will proceed on your path to living a life untapped, heading towards your greatness and destiny, focusing in on your true God-given identity. Till next time, my friend, remember, you are worth it.
Thanks so much for listening. But before you go, if you found value in today's show, I would love it if you would take a screenshot of this episode and share it with others on social media. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and head on over to iTunes or wherever you listen to rate and leave a review. It is how we can empower, educate, and shift how others visualize their lives. Until next time, my friend, remember to live a life untapped. You are worth it.